we will see in the next 15 years a rapid development in the cloning area. As we show in the movie, there will be misuses of this cloning, and I think that is what everyone is really concerned about.
There's someone in my house with my family, and it's not me.
There's been a 6th-day violation. A human was cloned. That human was you.
I lost my wife, my daughter, my whole life tonight.
They'll do anything to destroy the evidence, and you're the evidence.
6th Day is really well written because it's something that everyone will be able to identify with.
He has a wife and kid, right?
It's a thriller, so it creates a tremendous amount of action, suspense, and it has a wonderful story.
What are you gonna do?
Take my life back.
So I'm trying to find out who is behind this cloning, who has been trying to take my life away, who is trying to kill me here. And from that point on, it becomes this wild chase.
Drucker has to kill one of you. If he can't kill you, he'll go for the other one. And your family could get killed in the process.
Drucker, my character, clones someone by mistake, and it happens to be Arnold's character.
You had me cloned, or you cloned the wrong man.
Adam Gibson threatens Drucker's entire empire. So I have these 3 hench people who are the killers who go after Adam for me. And they are immortal in a sense, because every time one of them gets killed, we just pop out a new one out of the cloning lab. So they're a rather invincible force until they meet Arnold.
Why kill me and not the clone?
You saw him, he didn't see you.
So it's really, you see the struggle of a human being that has to then make this arc and learn how to fight back.
He's conquered, every evil in the world. There is only one person big enough to battle Arnold. Arnold.
Oh, wait a second. How do I know? He's not you, and you're not him. Well, let me see your chin.
My chin?
Yeah, you cut yourself shaving, right?
All right, here.
Okay, it's there. You're you.
It has the action. It also has, the interesting characters. I was intrigued that the story had at its core an intelligence about it.
The Supreme Court upheld the laws against human cloning.
Is it true that you're trying to get the 6-day laws repealed?
Dr. Weir is interested in medicine, not politics.
Like everyone else, I've been reading a lot about cloning recently. And I thought it was a wonderful premise because it was based on a real sort of human problem that we could see coming up just around the corner.
We won't have to lose our best people. We will finally be able to conquer death.
It's very current. Deals with the moral ramifications of cloning, which I obviously think is a terrible idea.
The idea in the story is that they have not only learned how to clone, but that they've gone one step further. Instead of cloning fetuses, one ought to be able to develop kind of giant fetuses, which would then be infused with the DNA of the person you were cloning. You can then record somebody's memories through the optic nerve. You can actually look into their brains and record all the stored memories there. So you can create a whole person with an entire history.
Gotta pierce my damn ears again.
In the context of a suspense thriller, we do ask some very serious questions. What's the truth of it? Where are we heading?
We will soon be able to clone ourselves and our pets. If we create a human being, is it somehow different? Does it have a soul? I thought these were all very interesting issues and dealt with in an interesting way.
These are the big issues of the next decade that we're going to be dealing with. What is the morality behind cloning, and how do we use it, and how do we control it, and who owns the rights to it?
They're cloning sheep and dogs and all kinds of stuff now. And in our movie, Drucker owns a series of repet establishments.
We can clone your four-legged loved one in just a few short hours.
It's amazing the amount of information and the advances that have been made in the science just since we've started developing this screenplay.
There were actually people that we have talked to that are cloning pets.
This is real and not far off at all. There's a guy who gave a couple $1 million to what he called the Missiplicity Project, where he asked some scientists to clone his dog, Missy.
We recently cloned a bull. I would predict that we might see both a clone cat and a clone dog within the year.
There's a company called Genetic Savings and Clone, where they will take your pet's DNA, and they say that in the foreseeable future, they will be able to clone your pet.
I have a problem with that whole idea. I mean, suppose the clones have no soul, or they're dangerous.
Clone pets are every bit as safe as real pets. Plus, they're insured.
Let me think about it. Look, I might be back.
You'll be back.
Our future is not completely different from the present, but we have these things that have got better. They're interesting new toys that are just on the horizon.
Good morning, Adam. At 11, you have a VIP client, Michael Drucker. And by the way, happy birthday.
People in 6 Day will see wonderful, wonderful scenes that shows the future, what the future will look like, because it is a futuristic movie.
You are getting low on milk. Thank you for ordering milk.
We went to General Motors months and months before the movie was started to go and get some of those concept cars from them that are futuristic cars that will be driving in reality 10 years from now, 15 years from now.
Your destination, XX Charter Airport, is ahead. Are you ready?
Yes.
Manual drive engaged.
In our movie, we talk about that this is the year 2015 or so. And there's this great scene where my buddy and I, we challenge each other, which is a great dramatic action sequence.
The vehicle that we fly is a whisper craft, and it's essentially a helicopter and jet plane all in one. It's very, very fast and powerful.
But because we're dealing with the future, those helicopters have had additional abilities. Not only they can be regular helicopters, but mid-flight they can pull their wings, their rotor blades, back into one unit. And then the jet sets in, and that makes this become not only a helicopter, but a whisper craft.
Let's test the remote, see if we can keep up with me.
All righty, here we go.
There's about 700 special effect shots in the film.
We started off with 300 special effects, and that somehow grew to 4. And then while we were shooting, we just found lots of different ways of enhancing things and enriching them and making it more interesting.
Special effects people bring a lot to showing people what the future is like, things that couldn't actually be done otherwise.
My character has a virtual girlfriend who he programs to behave and act and look however he wants. Darling, where are you?
Hi, sugar.
Hello, my love.
Have you been working out? You look so good.
Thank you.
I recorded all your sports programs for you. I thought maybe we could watch them together.
I would like that.
My job was to try to make the virtual girl as believable and interesting looking as possible. This is what the soundstage actually looked like when she was shot. If you look closely, you can see that now there's distortion of the virtual girl in the background, along with a wavy distortion. We also have added a glow around her and some other subtle touches to try to get her to reflect the background environment around her.
Hello, Adam. I'm a one-man virtual girl. But if you insert the installation disc...
Okay.
What the hell was that?
Nothing.
It's a fun thing that we have in the film, which is so important with a film that is as intense as 6 Day is.
8 camera mark.
They'll kill you for seeing this.
They're doing their best already.
The 6 Day Infusion Lab took 3 months to build, often with 2 crews working day and night, and it just got finished in time.
I've worked in a lot of films. I've never seen a set quite like that. They're so complex and brilliant, what they've done.
If you can look out, camera right.
Okay.
To get your hands on something that's really dramatic and really interesting material
every designer's dream.
The tanks themselves, there are two tanks. One of them is 85,000 gallons and the other is 32,000 gallons. The water is kept at about 86 degrees, which makes it easier on humans working in the tank, like Arnold.
After I pass this one, I know the girders after this one going to come up here.
Arnold was great at it. It's a real delight with him because he just accepts this. This is a great challenge. He hasn't done it before. He's going to do it great, and he does.
Whenever you deal with water, you always have to kind of like prepare for the unexpected.
When you go behind this plane over here, there's a big open spot right there, and that's where you want to go. Okay, you guys ready?
I'm a very good swimmer, but I got into trouble in the tank, and I did not know where I was because of taking the goggles off. All of a sudden, I couldn't see, and then I ran out of air, and as when it came up to get more air, it was locked. It was closed off the top of the tank, and there was no way getting out. So I was basically major screwed now, until I felt this hand grabbing me of one of the divers and grabbed me and pulled me out into the right direction. That the simplest thing sometimes can get you into big trouble.
Roll camera, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Watching it, watching it, watching it.
I'm inside that high-rise where they do the cloning. And now they're searching through the whole building. So the only place that I really have where I can hide it all is the tank. Talia, who is one of the main villains in the movie, she notices there's someone in the tank.
Should we clear the frame now?
Action!
What would an Arnold movie be without action, right? So it has terrific action also.
Yes, Mal, candid camera.
It was fun for me to have this amazing action sequence with the biggest action star in the world. You know, it was pretty amazing.
Hey guys, let's clear the driveway.
One thing about Arnold, though, when he gets in a car and drives it, he drives it.
Okay, set. And action.
He's an action film guy. I mean, how is, Adam going to get out of this one? And I think that's going to be the most fun part of watching this movie.
He's just man. I mean, he is the ultimate male archetype.
Action!
Anytime anything new is being developed, it creates fear. But at the same time, there's a side always there, an element that where things can get corrupt, where things can turn bad.
I want you to ask yourself something. Do you remember anything after being scanned by my bodyguard? Your family is not really your family. They're his. Show him. It's the only way to keep track of what generation a clone is. See? 4 dots means she's been cloned 4 times.
What if one really did wake up and find that there was a copy of yourself around? What would happen? How do you prove who you are?
Your shaving cut? Easily reproduced.
I know who I am.
There are not enough laws available to really deal with the cloning yet.
We will finally be able to conquer death.
And who gets to decide who lives and who dies? You.